Marcellus, I'll start with you, or call you Ronnie from Belleville.
Yeah, the tall one.
Start with you. Will OBJ be poison for the Browns?
No, he won't be poisoned for the Browns. Great Whitlock. I was like, where is he going to get this one? Where is this going to take us? How do you know?
Yo, slick.
Yeah. Oh, man, this is an amazing opportunity if you're Odell Beckham Jr. You wake up with that juice. You wake up on your toes, that pep in your step the entire offseason. We always talk about it in football, how you finish the season, whether it's a playoff run or it's just a team that's not going to make the playoffs, but that last game or so. How do you go into the offseason? Imagine if you're Odell Beckham Jr. now and your offseason just went like this. You went from a quarterback who is still an ambassador more so than a quarterback in Eli Manning, all respect to his resume, but no respect to how he could get you the football down the field. You're Odell Beckham, you're running 9 routes, you're like, damn, dog, can you at least get me the ball? That frustration that spilled over to the Josina Anderson interview and all the other situations, respectfully, where he took his shots at Eli Manning. And now you got Baker Mayfield. Not only somebody who can get you the ball, but somebody who's on your same page in terms of the age and the way that they go about the game. And I think all these things are going to add up to being a successful story for Odell Beckham, who's now going to be without the frustration of having to respect somebody who just doesn't play the game the same way that he does. I think Odell is definitely happy today.
You know, he's not poison. He's the antidote for this team. If you look at the Cleveland Browns,
what did he cure in New York?
Well, it's not. First of all, he wasn't the problem in New York. There was much bigger problem. That problem started at the quarterback position. They just failed to realize that he was a problem, and he should have been moved 2 years ago. So him being out of New York, now with somebody like Marcellus said, they can give him the ball. More importantly, the games that the Cleveland Browns lost last year, the close ones, you think Odell Beckham wouldn't give them that spark or that one big play to go and change the course of the game for them? That's why guys like this get paid in the first place. It's not about them consistently going out and having these big games. Odell's been hurt, right? He's been, he's been banged up on and off for the past year or so. So he's not getting paid for his consistency. He's getting paid because he's coming into an organization, a quarterback that can get him a football. He can stretch the field, cause problems for defenses, and absorb all the attention for other guys to go make plays. That's why you bring a guy like this in, not because he's going to consistently go out there and play 16 games for you. He's going to go out and do everything you ask him to do. You're bringing him in because he can change the course of those 1 or 2 games or 3 games you guys lost last year. You put a guy like Odell Beckham in this system, he's going to win those games for you personally.
Not poison at all. This is an asset for the Browns. I'm shocked that the Giants got fleeced. They literally just gave him away, in my opinion. I'm a receiver, and Odell Beckham is one of the top 2 talented receivers in the league, along with Julio Jones. Those 2 guys are by far and away the best 2 receivers in the NFL. It's not even close.
Antonio Brown, no?
It's not close? No.
Okay. All right.
No. Antonio Brown.
Work ethic-wise, yeah.
Antonio Brown is a good receiver. Odell Beckham and Julio Jones, they're here.
Oh, yeah. Another conversation another day. I just was like, whoa.
And so when I look at it, it's what Sean said. The game plan, they're going to have to put a safety over the top. So they got everybody talking about Jarvis Landry and Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb, but now this is going to open it up for Njoku as well, the tight end.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Baker Mayfield has a lot of dog in him and a lot of his attitude. This is perfect for him because he can talk trash right back to you when you get out of pocket, he feels, because that's his personality. The problem I'm going to have with this is how is Freddie Kitchens as a first-time offensive coordinator for half of the season last year and being ahead, how is he going to handle this? That's going to be the biggest thing because he has never been put in this type of situation. How can he navigate through this season and keep Odell Beckham happy? Because we receivers, we want the ball. They going to double him. How do they handle and navigate through that season? Because it's going to be long.
Why are y'all acting like a zebra is going to change his stripes?
Let me ask you this before you get going. What has Odell Beckham done for you to brand him poison? Because he's competitive and the Giants suck?
No, because the Giants just got rid of their most talented player. That, to me, is a red flag. When you see somebody, when Sean Merriman gets dumped by a woman, that's a red flag. There's a problem with Sean Merriman.
But which most of the time is.
Yeah.
It depends on who the woman is.
Could it be? Giants, what are you doing?
Thank you.
Why can't we flip that and say,
We can.
What are you doing?
Dave Gettleman, once
you
again.
gave me $21 million for 12 games, and now what are you doing? You didn't know this last year?
They're 6-15 without him. So this is what I don't understand. They're getting rid of all the guys who contributed to you winning football games, and you kept the one that's contributing to you losing. They're 6-15 without him on the football field. So I don't understand how this makes them better.
You see the messaging that is being sent to the locker room when you keep Eli on that Kobe contract them last 2 years. You're paying him. He's a $23 million cap hit, and guys are like, look, the remains of Eli Manning are still playing on this field. Not the great.
Are they tanking?
The ashes, right. So now
they're tanking for Zion.
We're rebuilding right now. We're
tanking for Tua, but go ahead.
Well, okay, if you're tanking for Tua, guess what you're not doing? Is going to sit there and let Odell Beckham be disgruntled, be upset because he's competitive. He's actually trying to pull this boat when you're actually trying to say, no, we're trying to sit idle. As a matter of fact, we're trying to go in reverse to get something better going forward.
And this is why I'll defend the Giants.
Okay.
Get out ahead of this before you have an Antonio Brown situation where you really get nothing in return for your disgruntled, greedy receiver. Before we switch all the way over to the Giants, so I just want to say this about the Browns. I like Jarvis Landry, Kareem Hunt, the tight end, Baker Mayfield. I just think this is greed. This is like, you putting too many chemicals into this deal.
Oh, really?
When you go with OBJ, yes.
Wow.
And again, he's a number one receiver who really doesn't believe in a number two. He wants a number 3 receiver. Jarvis Landry's getting paid, I think, $17 million or something as well. Jarvis and him, friends from LSU, and they boys, blah, blah, blah. Watch what happens now.
You said this about the Rams. I remember we had these discussions. You were saying, y'all adding too many pieces. This ain't going to be Voltron. This is just too much of the same and too many pieces.
They had a horrible defense.
Hold on. And the Rams were the NFC champions.
And they had a horrible defense. Run defense.
And they came second to the dynastic Patriots.
Should have lost to the Saints.
We're going shoulda now. What show was that?
The show they have it in New Orleans. The show they have it in New Orleans where they say
You think that the Cleveland Browns wouldn't sign up right now to come in second place in anything, whether it's not just a division, but second in the NFL? They're signing up to get that juice, to get that jolt of energy. And Odell Beckham will provide it. I don't think.
How long will he be happy, Marcellus? Honest to goodness.
Is he happy now? I mean, this is all on paper. I know he's pumped.
He's playing with a better quarterback off top.
Thank you.
So just the fact that you're playing with a better quarterback as a receiver, it's refreshing.
Yes.
And so you're going to work a little harder in the offseason. You're going to be a little more.
The dude's a brand and it's Cleveland.
But at the end of the day,
LeBron had a problem with that.
Hey,
that's why LeBron's here.
And what's bigger in Cleveland, the Cavs or the Browns?
At the end of the day, he's a football player. And when you're a receiver, your quarterback has to be able to get you the ball. Say what you want about Baker Mayfield. He can throw the ball, and he's going to get him the rock.
And not scared to throw it.
He's going to get him the rock.
50-50 balls. They coming.
Y'all honestly think, and again, you're talking about two very headstrong, dynamic personalities, Baker Mayfield, Odell Beckham Jr.
It's going to work.
Why?
It's no different than what they had up in Pittsburgh. Right? Antonio Brown with Juju. That's the same thing. And now you got Kareem Hunt in the backfield.
And now you got Antonio Brown out of there.
But you know what? For a certain amount of years, they had a great run.
Many years.
They had a great run. So that's what they're. And I don't think Juice Landry, he got a problem at all being a number 2 wide receiver. Because now, Juju is going to be forced to go and be the number 1, which he won't be.
Landry wanted Odell Beckham on the Cleveland Browns. So you wanted him on that team, you're going to accept everything that comes with it.
Include the single coverage.
Exactly.
I'm accepting that single coverage quick.
Sounds great on paper. There's so much more to football. It's not like basketball. Just put a bunch of stars together. I've seen these NFL dream teams. It never works.
The Rams didn't work? That was a dream team. The Rams just
make it to the Super Bowl. It worked.
It worked.
Jared Goff's a completely different personality than Baker Mayfield.
But Baker Mayfield can throw that ball like Jared Goff, though. He can throw that ball.
Hopefully, he's going to have to throw it better than Jared Goff. I just don't. Odell is too much. There's a reason. When you get dumped and you got that much talent, there's a reason. There will be headaches in Cleveland, enormous headaches. Because, one, he's going to be there like he's doing them a favor. Now,
could it be that the Giants really think they got over? We got a first-round pick, which is 17. We got a third-round pick.
They think they got
we got Jabril Peppers, who was a first-round pick.
Right.
So they could look at it as if we got a lot for this.
I don't think they feel like they got over. I think they got out from underneath their Odell Beckham headache, and he's been a headache. When you're that talented and they get rid of you, that's a red flag.
It's not a red flag.
It's not a red flag. I think that they look at their record with Odell, and they look at their overall team and them losing anyway. They probably already said, let's just chalk this up. We'll get rid of $21 million that we paid them last year and then move on and start rebuilding. I don't think that they're saying we won. I just think that they're saying we wasn't doing well to begin with. So getting rid of Odell, how much worse can we really do at this point? So now you get rid of a guy like that. I think that if you look at Cleveland, I think they really took something from the Rams in buying championships. And now NFL teams are starting to realize that now you can go after talent, get these big names on the team, and get you to a Super Bowl. If the Rams made this blueprint for everybody, that's what Cleveland has now just done, bought themselves a winning team.
We going back to Cleveland, I don't mind. Is Sean McVay coaching the Browns? Is that who Freddie Kitchens is?
No.
Is Wade Phillips over there?
But Sean McVay was nobody until Sean McVay was Sean McVay, and that took him 2 years.
Freddie Kitchens is a wild card. We
don't know, so I'm not going to condemn that. I'm looking at the Giants like, one, we're giving them way too much credit if we think Odell is an issue, because this is a guy who brings superstar coverage. When you're tanking or rebuilding, guess what you don't want? Someone who's not going to pull in the same direction as everyone else, as the ambassador Eli will lead and say, hey, guys, we're just going to give it our best. We don't have an O-line. We don't have a quarterback. Odell is not sitting there comfortable in that position.
You don't have a problem with what the Giants did?
I do have a problem with the fact that we're giving the Giants credit and getting rid of Odell, because what they're doing is interesting. Dave Gettleman, it's the same Dave Gettleman we were warned about. D'Angelo Williams told us about him.
Steve
Smith. Senior told Josh Norman. They all said, watch out for this dude in terms of he got rid of a lot of great talent when it was in Carolina. He gets to the Giants. What's happening now? Where's Olivia Vernon right now?
Cleveland.
Yep. Where's Odell? Cleveland. And now we're sitting at Landon Collins gone.
It's just start back with Eli Apple.
I mean, are we respecting how much?
Different than any corporate strategy when it goes through a reorganization and a rebuild. They come in, they bring in somebody who's man enough to do
You
that.
usually look at who is eating up my cap the most and giving me the least production, and let's start there.
And he's still there.
Oh, but he's still there. So Odell's like, I'm not pulling in that direction, and that's what you get, hitting your head on goalposts and stuff like that, because you're sitting there frustrated. He's not frustrated.
The majority
anymore.
of the guys on that team, they not happy with this move. He was like, when he signed this contract, guys was in the locker room celebrating like it was their contract. So that shows you he's liked in that locker room. They sitting here, they texting each other right now when that trade, bro, what we doing, bro?
That's commonplace in any corporation when there's great change. New boss comes in, washes out some of the old to bring in, to set in a new strategy, chemistry, culture there in New York.
How long is that going to take?
I don't know if it takes that long. One, I think they got the 6th pick. They may take this quarterback out of Ohio State. They may go up and get Kyler Murray at the top of the draft. I don't blame them for saying, you know what, we don't have the pieces in place to win now. Let's move Odell before he becomes a major headache. And again, generates more of the coverage that the media coverage, the focus and scrutiny and intensity. We're going a different direction. We don't need him sitting on TV with Lil Wayne bad-mouthing the entire organization. Let's move on from that. And again, I think they may go out this year and try to get their quarterback.
That was his one misstep, in my opinion, in his tenure with the Giants when he did that interview with Lil Wayne. Outside of that,
no, I mean, but look,
you can take party that.
I can take that.
You can take that. The vote party before the playoffs.
I don't need Eli taking these sacks. I mean, I could take an interview. Taking the sacks and just not getting the ball to your receivers when they're wide open and they're trying to be respectful. The craziest thing about it is, let's live in a parallel universe. What if they had fixed the quarterback position and kept Odell versus, we're going to keep Eli and get rid of Odell? Which one's a quicker fix?
Who's the fix?
They needed
Sam Darnold? I mean, what?
Yeah, well, they had an opportunity last year, since 2015, other than last year for Eli. They had years where they could have looked at one quarterback and got that fixed instead of shipping away.
Try Geno Smith.